I'll race you.
Tell you what, you'll probably win.
You'd win.
Because mine goes. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Good to see
My
you.
son Sean.
Sure.
He owns it now.
So right here, I have a 40 series cruiser. It was a BJ, wasn't it?
BJ42 originally.
BJ42. 1UZ, done by Grant, and Grant has sold it to his son, and his son has broken it. And we're here to fix it. So let's give it a crank, see what happens, eh? You've checked spark, haven't you? And it had spark, it had no spark.
No spark at all.
No spark.
I put my timing light on a lead, then I can see it.
No
Nothing.
spark. Yep. Now this thing is a sweetheart of a truck, and it gets used and abused like it's meant to. Yep, hit the go button. Just check it's out of gear. Well, that was the world's easiest fix.
Beautiful.
So this morning I plugged in an igniter, and now it runs. We're going. It seems your igniter had failed.
It certainly does. Certainly does.
The igniter had failed. So you did a big jump.
Yep.
Up in the air, came down,
Big wheelie, yeah.
big wheelie, and it just stopped.
Yeah.
And it blew the igniter.
Any reason you think I would do that? I can't understand. I'm a Sparky. I understand electrics, and I can't see how going like that can make something electrical fail.
Obviously, and it's still blinky blinky. So I would say it's got to have a brake after it's trying to trigger the coil.
Yeah.
So it's seeing the signal from the ECU.
Yep.
But that's it.
That's
Doesn't
it.
see any more.
Yep. And it'll be interesting to see what John comes back with about whether he found a fault with it, because he said he tested all the components and they all tested fine, but he was going to take the two SCRs off the board and test them off circuit again. But he hasn't got back to me to let me know how he got on.
I reckon it's a brake after.
Yeah, so
Afterwards.
if he can find an issue, I'll let you know what it is.
That's cool. Here you go.
Sweet.
Power steering. What power steering box did you put in it?
60 series.
60 series?
Yeah, most of the steering gear was 60 series I put in it. It's all heavier. It's the original power steer pump on the motor, and then I just plumbed it up.
Yeah. And bell housing.
Bought a kit.
And then, so it's got which fitted both the 4-speed and the 5-speed.
The boxes are pretty much the same, except for length. I just had to alter them for length.
H55 is the 5-speed. What's the 4-speed? It's an H series A. This is a stock gearbox out of this truck. Yeah.
Yep, I think they are. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, just a case of altering the drive shafts because the 5-speed's 90 mils longer.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened is when I put the kit in, I bolted it all up on the bench. Everything fitted beautifully. I took it apart, put the gearbox in. Then I swung the motor in, and the motor hit the firewall, and it was that far away from the gearbox. So I moved the gearbox forward, mounted it all up, got it all going, ran mint. Then when I converted it to 5-speed, I had to put the box back in the original position because the 5-speed's 90 mils longer and everything fitted straight up.
Oh, right.
So I should have done it the first time. So then I bought a 60 series truck off a mate that had been rolled over, and I used a lot of the gear, so this has got limited slips front and rear. I played with lockers and all sorts of things but didn't like them, so this has got good slipperies in it and it goes real well. The boosted clutch is out of the 60. So I robbed a lot of 60 parts and I've put the full steering column and everything out of the 60 in it.
Oh, so it's everything through.
So yep, so everything is on the steering wheel now. The old 40 had all the controls for your lights and everything on the dash.
Oh, yeah.
This is now all on the column, tilt column, up and down the whole lot.
Oh, yeah. And obviously the Safari lost its air filter somewhere.
Yep, had a few mates that had Safaris, so that actually worked out good because the old one used to sit, it was wrong. Where did the old one used to sit? Yeah, it must have been there. Yes. I moved the battery as well. I think I moved the battery forward, made all the snorkel.
And better than the old 13B, and you'd had a 13B turbo or 3B?
3B in this
3B.
one. Yeah, and
but
I
then
supercharged that.
I
I put the Toyota MR2 supercharger on it.
Yep.
Run 6-pound boost, and it went pretty good. Like, it gave it a lot more low-down torque, and it went off-roading. It was a brilliant engine. This thing's not so good off-roading because it likes to go flat out all day long. Whereas the 3B chugged along.
You've solved that problem? You've put a younger driver in it who likes to go flat out all the time.
Yeah.
You take the old prick out who likes torque, and you give it to the young prick who likes revs.
Yeah, I used to cane it all the time. Yeah. But he's pushing it hard. Have you showed Calvin the video?
He's showed me the video doing wheelies.
Yeah.
And the radiator, it doesn't get hot, eh? With it, that's a stock radiator.
It runs mint.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've got a big electric fan on it, so if you're off-roading and sitting around, that fan comes in and cools it down within like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Works really well.
It's the stock headers, but
Yep, they were all on the motor when I got it.
this side's been modified.
Yeah, I modified it and built the exhaust myself. There's about 30 hours just in that exhaust system.
Yeah, because you come out the side here.
I hand built the whole lot.
Yep. Lots of mud on it. It's good. Used for what it's meant to be used for. So 60 series diffs on it, front and rear?
Only diff heads.
Diff heads?
Yeah, because the housings are 60 series diff housings are about 65mm wider. They don't fit.
Right.
I made that mistake. I built the 60 series diffs completely on the bench. Went to put them in, they didn't fit. So I had to strip them again.
And there's lots of fiberglass.
Yeah, that was on it when I bought it. Lids are factory fiberglass.
So, that's fiberglass?
Yep.
Doors glass, bonnet's glass.
The main tub is steel, and I stripped that back to bare metal and rebuilt that when I built the truck.
And then glass.
That's glass, yep.
Wicked. You got a video?
Yep. We couldn't find anything.
Of course, the first thing I said to him is stuff some engine start down at stroke and give it a crank, and if it fires, well then it's fuel, but nah, that didn't help.
Isn't that weird? You're crazy, playing the bush, front wheels off the ground, smash front down.
And an electronic failure. We had some issues a couple of weeks before. He left the lights on at work one day and ran the battery right down, and it blew the main fuse. Obviously, with the alternator was pumping way more power than it ever had, and it blew the main fuse.
What size is the fuse?
Oh, it's only got a 60 or something in there, and it should be a bit bigger.
You think? Yeah, how big's the alternator?
130 by my wiring I've got, but I don't know.
This one's probably like a 100 or a 110.
Yeah,
3 UZs or 130.
60's plenty. No, well, I had a wiring diagram I had with the engine when I changed all the wiring.
Oh, yep.
And it gave the LS
120.
400 was a 120 and
120,
something else was a
correct.
150 or something.
Correct. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
It blew the fuse, and the feeder that feeds the old electric fuse board in here, which runs the taillights and everything, I'd actually tacked it into the alternator side of the fuse, not the battery side of the fuse. When the fuse blew, I'm picking the alternator voltage went up, and it over voltage everything, blew the lights out of it.
Blew the lights out, fucked my CV, blew
the fuse on the radio.
Yeah.
So it must have gone way over voltage. So we fixed all that, had it all going again, and then this happened afterwards.
So
I don't think that caused this issue.
what I see quite a lot, and a lot of guys just shove them in, leave small fuses like a lot of Hiluxes and stuff, like 80 amp, and they work perfectly fine for years, and then they get a flat battery.
Yep, that's
and then
exactly what happened.
All hell breaks loose,
Yep.
and they just start frying stuff because that cabling can't handle the increased amperage to get that battery back up to charge.
Yep.
And then it's just a pain in the ass.
Yep,
So
exactly
it's really, really important to do that early on.
I've changed that around and solved that problem.
Yeah. Right, let's get it off. I want to go forward driving.
Oh, no, you gotta do this one first.
You gotta do that one first, and this one probably needs a tighten.
Oh yeah, the bloody rubber mount fell off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
When I did the jump.
Oh, when you did the jump.
Along with the mirror, wing mirror.
I see the mirror's gone.
Jump in and I'll flick you up. Yeah, you knocked that off.
That's a cool
He's
truck.
done more damage in a month he's had
Yeah,
than I've done
yeah.
in 15 years. Nah, I must admit, I've broken a bit of gear on it over the years.
So
He broke a leaf spring in this. Nah, a mate of ours out by Beck's Nurseries on State Highway 1, we camp on his farm. He's got a swamp at the bottom of the cap, and every New Year's Eve we used to do runs through the swamp, see who could get the furthest. He must have been 12, and he said, righto Dad, this year it's my turn, I'm going first. He said, how do I do it? I said, 4-wheel drive, high range, first gear, full throttle, hang on. But I didn't know Andy had been in the swamp with his digger trying to drain it a bit. And he dug a big hole. He hit the hole that hard, he broke the eye off the front of the front spring.
all right. Oh, you did the LEDs, or that's normal taillights?
Nah,
That's normal taillights.
factory, all factory, yeah.
It's actually style.
We just filled them full of grease because he buggered them all up again.
Cool.
I pumped them all full of grease so the water doesn't get in.
Because you wired it, eh?
Yep.
You did all the link wiring, set all that
Yeah,
up?
did the whole lot. Yep. That
Cool.
motor was running when I bought it.
Oh, yeah.
It had been in a little EX Lancer with a 2-stage behind it. And the guy used to drag race it and it had nitrous on it.
Oh, yeah.
So I put the nitrous in that truck when I bought it. But then we took it out, I never used it.
right.
Took it all out again and sold it. And then we bought a supercharger for it, which is still sitting on my bench, but we'll probably never do that.
Right, yeah.
It's got enough power for what it is.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Now it doesn't go.
When it changed, when you started it that second time, it changed tune.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought it was just because I had it in low and didn't realise it was in low.
No, it definitely sounded different.
Well, that was a quick sort out. That igniter, aftermarket, cheap eBay special, which I got for a test. It's already failed. It doesn't help that it's not on a heat sink. They are meant to be on a aluminium heat sink, but it's not hot out here. So it was built, certed in 2008. That's a long time ago, isn't it?
A long time ago.
Back when I was doing quite a number of these. Take 2. No, there's something else going on, eh?
Gotta be, eh?
Gotta be something else going on.
But why did it go again the minute you plugged it over the driver?
Look at that. Move your van forward. We'll get it over to the workshop. I'll move that Hilux. We'll just get it down a little bit closer. So my day is not quite going to plan. But hey, it's still a good day. We're going to make it go, and we're going to go 4-wheel driving. We go 4-wheel driving.
Did that look like it?
We will be. It almost wants to go there, eh? But I didn't see any spark.
I saw a spark in there.
Go again. Nothing there.
Not that time there, was it?
Try again. There's cattle coming. Oh, there's a little there. Go again. Okay. It's quite intermittent in the spark, but it sometimes has some because you can hear it trying to fire up.
Which before we brought it here was totally dead. There was nothing.
except for one or two occasional trying to fire, but other than that, nothing.
Well, when it came here, it didn't have an igniter fitted, so it wasn't going to go. Give it a good, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Just give it like, just, you'll be a little bit hard on it. Give it a good crank in. Sort of spark coming and going.
Go again.
When you're looking on the ECU, are you seeing an RPM all the time?
Yes. Cranks at 200 RPM.
Cranks at 200 RPM.
That's what I was reading the other day when we were looking at it, eh?
Yeah, 200 or 300.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it comes and goes. That spark is definitely coming and going when we've gone from nothing to something.
Mm.
Okay, I'll get my scope and we'll have a look into this. We'll start right at the beginning. We'll check the cam and crank sensors into the ECU. Can ECU be...
Have you got your computer to do it, or you want Sean to plug his in?
No, I want to actually use my little oscilloscope.
Oh, yeah.
Can this be lifted out so I can get at it?
Oh, shit, I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have a look. I can't remember how I mounted that.
Okay, yeah, see if we can pull that out so I can get at it. Where are those earths again? I bet you the engine mount, the engine does a big wiggle.
When he hit that, did that big bang,
When that
I'm
big
wondering
jump, yep.
if that crunched up against the firewall.
Yeah.
But I looked at those the other day and thought they were fine because I pulled on them both.
Look at that.
Okay, right, where's my spanner?
Woo! I don't think it was the crank sensor, but I needed that time to think.
Yeah.
So we've been checking for sparks, and they're very intermittent. We went to earths, young fella, big jumps, things smashing. Let's hope that's our solution, because I want to go forward driving. I'm like a foxy chasing a bitch, eh? fairly vivacious there.
Give me a sec, I'll fix that.
Yeah, because if I fix it, I have to charge you, and I've already got the money in my pocket. I can change that crank sensor up.
Oh, I'll do it.
Cool.
10 mil lane.
I got it. It's right here. Cool. And that igniter wouldn't have liked no earth.
No, they don't. I've had no earth on that ignite. I don't think that's not the earth for the igniter.
Yep.
That's the earth for the ECU. You know how they have two? The igniter one I've had come off before. It's actually taped into here and it goes to the block with that. And I've checked that because I have had that do that to me once before. Alright, try that.
Oh, we might wait till the young fella's done his thing.
Showered and shit.
Oh, I changed the crank sensor up for a few moments just so I had some time to think.
Yeah, we had that out the other day too.
Running around, sometimes you just need to take a break
Yep, you do.
and just have a think. Have
I do a
cup
lot of that
tea,
sort of work.
Work out where we're best to focus. After all these years, it's looking pretty good, eh? And it's done some mileage.
Yeah, it's about 440 or something now, right? I think 440, 340. Yeah, so on it goes.
There you go.
And I've got just about all the history of it too, all the warrant of fitness checks from way back in the early days. Yeah, nearly 450 k's.
You ready to go?
Yeah, give it a go. That sounds better.
Okay, you can turn that off because I better put those last two spark plugs back in.
Well, fuck me.
Take two. So yeah, it's so handy because with the UZs to check 2 sets of spark on both of them.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. So,
So
it's
that's
really quick.
That's odd because the first thing we checked, Dave, was those earth leads.
No, we checked the other. Oh,
I did this one first.
I thought
then
you
I
did
checked
check those.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think what I did is I pulled on them, and I thought, oh no, they're all good, they're secure. But I'm wondering if it wasn't secure and it was just like one strand, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I think the problem is, old fellas aren't so good at pulling, and you needed to get the young fella to do the pulling.
He broke the bloody thing. But that jump that he did in it, that's probably the hardest it's ever done.
Nah, I reckon that one that I did at Andy's was worse, because that was like damn near a meter in the air.
That broke the spring.
Yeah.
Take 2, fire it up. Runs again.
Chuck all that shit back in the rock lines.
Yeah.
Do you want to chuck the ECU back in there?
Yeah, maybe we'll chuck that. We'll let it run for a few moments, and then we'll chuck the ECU back in it, and then we'll go forward driving and testing it. Are you doing it while it's live, like a heart surgeon?
Yeah.
Wicked. That's it.
What fit into place?
Why is there a cable on your brake pedal?
That's called a rangy brake. See up here? Toyota Hilux. When we're off-roading, that just connects straight round to the pedal. And when you're locked up on the side of the hill and you've got to get out and put your winch in or anything, put your foot hard on the brake pedal and pull that on, the truck goes nowhere.
Right.
And we call it a rangy brake because way back in the early days we had a guy that used to come off-roading with us with an old one of these trucks, and it had no handbrake. So that was his fix. And it worked that well, we all did it.
Right. Okay. Kiwi ingenuity.
And it works well.
It's good with the cage. Did you put the cage in it?
Yep.
And there was no problem getting through cert with the cage, or?
No, they called it something special. They called it a competition vehicle or something, and I was allowed to have it.
Because there's no wrapping on it. Oh, you're right there, Poppy.
Oh yeah, don't forget your dogs.
I don't forget my dog. She'd quite happy to go home with you. Because of course, when you've got no roof on it, anyway, because the roof unbolts on this one, eh?
Yep.
So when you've got no roof, that's your support, that's your strength. Got the Toyota mod. So this is take 2. We went to drive off, it was running, and then it wasn't running. We checked it over, bad earths on the back of the block, so it didn't take us long to fix. And now we can go four-wheel driving, which was my intention. And this is my payment. I'm getting paid in a four-wheel drive trip today because known Grant for a long time, and well, that's just what you do for your mates. He's got the Suzuki if he wants to bring it.
What's that?
If he wants to come down, he's bringing the Suzuki.
Okay.
We're going. Past the tractor. We don't need Dad. We could actually do the A track in this one. We wouldn't have to do the B track.
Do whatever.
Sounds like you've spent a fair bit of time sitting in this seat as you grew up.
I spent a lot of time sitting in that seat.
And now you own it. So, run a tractor.
around the tractor?
Yeah, just around the tractor, down the track. How much time have you spent building and fixing this thing over your lifetime as well?
Recently a little bit more, but other than that, hardly any.
Right. But you've decided to become an engine rebuilder?
Yep.
Because of working on trucks, doing this sort of stuff?
Yep.
What's our orange light?
It's charge light.
The orange light's on!
It'll turn off if you give it a bit of revs.
See that orange light?
Yep.
It's on.
It is on.
That indicates there's a problem with the charging.
Yep.
Just checking these young fellas know what they're on about. So we got the cage in here, Grant put in, managed to get it certified and make that legal. We'll put up to the quarry. I'll show you that. Try and knock the GoPro off the windscreen. Left. Round the outside of the white pole, head for the scrub. Follow those tracks there. I got a Hilux through here the other day, so you'll be fine. So weekends away camping, because you guys did Motu trip.
Yeah, you did. Try a branch.
It's quite slippery in here at the moment.
Real slippery.
What tyre pressure you got on it?
I think it's 20, somewhere around 25 at the moment. So.
Stop. An adjustment. Yep, we're good to go. That is. Oh yeah, that's cool. There's a rock right there. We don't hit that in the Suzuki.
There is.
That one. And do you remember when it had the diesel in it? Oh, you going to fit around there?
Somewhat, but not a lot.
Yep. Because the diesel, that was 2000. That was 2008. It was certified, so it was taken out before that. I met Grant.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because we moved to Toke, or me, my mum and my sister moved to Toke just before he did the V8.
Right, okay.
Which would be about, 2007, I think.
Yep, I saw the Tokara. It was working it, wasn't it? Okay, I don't think the GoPro right on the outside is the ideal spot for it.
No, probably not.
Right. We'll just go straight, and then we're going to go up the, if you want a hard track, go to the left. If you want the easier track, go in the middle. If you want the pussy's track, go to the right.
Well, we definitely won't be going to the right.
So we've got a tricky track, and so that's definitely the A track is over there, big mud hole though, or a B track. I get up the B track in my Suzuki, but I haven't got the tractor to pull you out, and I've got my phone on me, so if you get stuck...
Probably should go through the middle and see how that goes first.
Fair enough. You got a bit much tyre pressures in, really. A bit much tyre pressures, eh?
Yeah.
Not really set up for four-wheel driving. You're just going to hit it a bit harder.
It's pretty slippery.
Yeah, it's very slippery here in A.
Yeah.
We've probably filled your tyres up with mud.
Yeah. See if I can fling them out of it.
Well, there we go. You're going to get it. Job done. That's the one. We actually got a bit of a mud hole that's happened down here. We'll head up this way.
Oh, yeah.
In here, there's a place where we do donuts.
Yeah.
So weekends are spent forward driving?
Oh, full driving, stock car racing.
Oh, you got the stock car too. What's in your stock car? What engine? that way.
Oh, yeah. I've got a... I just got a standard old bloody stock car with a AU2
Falcon motor.
Falcon.
I had one of them come in.
Yep.
Had a couple.
Yep. Fully built by O'Connor.
Yep.
Terry O'Connor.
Yep. We'll go to the paddock. We'll go up the hill, eh? We'll test the slipperiness.
Yes.
This is our playground. So we'll come down here. We've got plenty of area to play.
Yeah.
We've got quarry there, and it doesn't matter if we make a mess down here.
Yep.
We were making a mess on a nice paddock the other day, and I'm going to be in trouble for that. How do you find the torque of this? Like compared to the diesel, your old man had the diesel.
It's definitely not as torquey, but I mean, you just got to drive it different, and it goes well.
Yeah. And you can bounce it off the rev limiter all day if you want.
Yeah, you can.
Like it's labouring up through here really, really well.
Yeah, and that's high range as well.
Oh, you're in high?
Yep.
Very impressive. They generally climb better with an auto.
Yeah.
But in saying that,
it's not as fun in an auto though. It's
you're right. They're not as fun as an auto. In an auto. An auto is nowhere near as fun as a manual.
Definitely not.
You can do much better skids in a manual. I agree.
I've never owned an auto car.
I'm getting old. I don't mind the autos in the bush because I like going places. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the way it is. I really, really like manuals because they are a heap of fun.
Yeah.
Want to go up the hill?
Have a look at it. Looks like. Yeah, we can do that.
Yep, go. You're gonna use a bit more now. Are we shifting into forward drive, into low box?
Yep.
Too much tire pressures.
Don't like sliding down backwards, eh?
You gotta drive.
Way better driving.
Drop it in reverse.
Yeah.
We actually had a guy with a four-wheel drive the other day, and he had the auto, and you can see him, he just dropped it straight back into reverse straight away.
Yep.
It's going up, like really steep, and he just got it wrong, put it back into reverse.
Yep.
Really cool. Yep, it's good heaps.
Make it happy.
We've got the bypass.
Oh,
You're gonna
go around here. Give it a bit more of a run up. Maybe if
Or
I
you-
can
or
away
you-
again.
Or you drive around the outside of it. So when I come up here on my Suzuki, I go up a grass,
Yeah.
and I drive around, so I keep a bit of speed on. I get up there and I just drive around the grass, and up I go. But up to you. You've got probably enough speed to get enough speed once you get spinning and just
Yeah,
hold it
yeah.
flat. Right.
Nah. Not gonna happen.
Oh. Bypass track.
Yep.
It's very greasy, eh?
It is. It's insane how slippery that is.
So that there's a steep side up there, but
Yeah.
you can't get it wrong.
Okay.
It's not bad, but if we don't want to slide off that one.
Yeah. Nah, probably shouldn't do that then.
Okay, we'll go up here and just back into here.
Okay.
Oh, we've got a downhill. Oh, there's a low beam on that. How we gonna do the downhill past the chickens? We got the downhill. Go this way.
Okay. Got a pretty sturdy fence to catch us if we don't.
It's quiet, eh?
It is quiet when you want it to be.
When you're just cruising, cutting like
Yeah.
this, it's lovely. Here goes the flock of chickens. Try not to run over the chickens.
I'll do my best.
But they managed to outsmart the hawks. Chickens, come on, fizz off. Farm chickens. So the old roosters that we had left over, They come to live out here, get retired, and there's a couple of hens. And if they don't get got by the hawks, they become very clever chickens and they graze and they're happy as. That old shaver's been out here for about years now. She's probably, oh, she's 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yep.
And a couple of guinea fowl.
We've
Oh, sorry, we're gonna.
Oh.
Let's go. We'll just climb over there. We're gonna go. You get a few scratches, a few bumps on it.
Yeah,
that's what it's built for.
Better. Yeah, exactly.
What's the point of having a car like this sitting in the shed?
Yeah.
You know? It doesn't make any sense. We'll put an alternator. Oh, we'll put an alternator. We'll put a test load over that alternator, eh?
Yep.
That's pretty cool that you can actually put the seats in the back still,
Yeah,
if you wanted
yeah.
to. That's why that crossbar's just clipped in and
Yep.
pins and rods.
Yep.
Yeah. I think with the tyres let down, this thing would be extremely capable, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that probably would be pretty impressive. I mean, I don't really remember doing too much hard off-roading in it, because I would have been 5 when we were at our peak, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can let it down quite a bit, because you've got tubes and everything in them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep, cool. I've got a little portable compressor that I want to mount on one of my trucks.
yeah.
I like in these because there's so much room in the front, like they're nice and roomy. And very valuable truck mount.
Yeah, they are. It's quite insane how much they're worth now.
Good country, eh?
Yeah,
This is our as I said, this is our playground. So
quite cool, yeah.
I like the original look, even though sometimes I do aftermarket stuff into them.
Yep.
But I do like this original style. Up by the just drive in the front of the workshop. No, not literally into the workshop, just by the workshop then.
Straight into it.
Because you were saying about the handbrakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that one's the Hilux retrofitted. That's the proper one.
Yep. But you can't leave that one on because it leaves the brake lights on.
Oh yeah, because it's.
Pouring out of, the out of the overflow bottle.
Did you top the overflow up? Because I can hear it bubbling.
It has been topped up
It's
recently.
been topped up, so that's why it's popping a little bit.
Yep.
Alternator. Multimeter across the alternator. Yeah, I've got to check that. It's always done funny things when, ever since I bought it, if you put too many things on, like the fan and the lights and the indicators, that light flashes.
It's just pissing out of the overflow.
Pretty fucking hot.
I imagine so.
Give it a caning, did you?
Right, here's the solution.
What's that? Great big one.
It's 130.
Yeah, I don't know if we need it though, do we?
Yeah,
Then I'd
rub myself.
Then I'd have to alter the
Plugs in. All factory just plugs in.
Yeah, but I'd have to change my wiring and my fuse and everything, wouldn't I?
Yeah, we have to put a suitable fuse. Yeah, fire up. Bring the revs up.
Maybe the alternator is died then.
No charge on the alternator. None at all.
Oh, no.
No, 12.26
Well, I wonder if that's where your problem started from, maybe. With that, you know, the other trouble we had.
Do we put an alternator on it? Do you want to check the fuse is any good? If we check that fuse, there's a trick. So that fuse there, and so we just check some, turning it on helps, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, so no charging into alternator.
Okay. You can't fix those, can you?
I've got just put a new one on it. I go to my container and I get a new one and we put a new one on it.
Okay.
It takes moments.
Oh, we won't do it now though, but we can do it. That's part of his job.
That's his job. You've got to learn. Common in the mud and the crap.
Yeah, it's been on there a long time, and I know it has done odd things in the past, like over the years. Like I said, that flashing light, like it's not keeping up.
Turned off, we'll go get another alternator, eh? Dad shouting you're an alternator.
Looks like it.
Warranty, eh?
Hey?
Warranty, eh?
Yeah, everything's under warranty.
Good old Dad paying for it. Jeez. I'm just starting. My daughter just turned 16.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
Righto, sweet.
Yeah, let's go get an alternator. He got stuck.
Oh, he didn't, did he?
Should we take the old man down the same track?
No, we gotta go.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
you
we'll
too.
do it
Good, right?
again.
We'll see you again.
Yep, we'll
If you
catch up.
want to come forward driving? Come forward driving.
Yep.
Stay there. Good girl. Catch up.
Right there.
Thanks, Grant. See you again.
Thank you. See you, puppy.